Hello and welcome. We're still in Hong Kong. Right now I'm in Tsim, Tsui, and right behind me we have Chungking Mansions. Chungking Mansions is one of the most famous buildings in all of Hong Kong. It's 16 floors, 17 floors. There are about 4 or 5 different blocks. I think it's 4 blocks, and each block having approximately 17 floors. Now, each floor is a collection of mini hostels, mini hotels. And when I say mini, you have no idea how small, just how small the places in Chungking Mansions are. So to give you a better understanding, this here is the famous Nathan Road. And going here is Nathan Road towards Victoria Harbour. And slap bang here at this busy crossing is Chungking Mansions. Normally as you come in, they call it the gauntlet. Today's not too bad, but normally as you walk in, everyone's kind of going, do you want Indian food? Do you want a room to stay? Do you want this? Do you want that? Copy watches, tailor-made shoes. You can see all around as you first walk in. Lots of money exchange places. This one here is where I've been personally exchanging my money most days. So you can see it a bit better. So I've been changing my money here every day. The rates are pretty much similar no matter where you are. Western Union here. Yeah, this is its this is its own world in here. This building became famous, of course, from the Wong Kar-wai movie Chungking Express. Look at that amazing Indian food. Now, Chungking Express is one of the most incredible movies ever. If you get a chance, try and find that film and watch it. It's full of mobile phone stores, Indian food, electronic goods.
Yes, sir, we have Indian food, Filipino food here. You want to try our food? It's Filipino food.
Maybe later, thank you.
Yeah.
Beefsteak,
Chicken.
menudo,
Yeah. Adobo.
adobo,
Chicken calderado.
baboy manok.
No, it's manok.
Only manok.
Yeah, no.
Oh God, it's going to be annoying filming in here. We got lots of comments coming in from behind me. God, I can't tell you. This is something you need to experience and check out just for the smells, because of course you've got all these collection of little stalls selling. Everyone's going to be a wise ass while I'm walking around here. Collection of all these little stores selling Filipino spices, Indian spices, Indonesian spices, fragrances, incense. So, and of course all the Indian food cooking. So the smells are unreal. I mean, it actually smells incredible. Indian food. That's where they just cook it up. Thank you. Come on, I can't be the first person to vlog in here. There must be used to people coming every day. Yeah, your alcohol stores. These shops are everywhere, these Indian produce shops. 25 years ago, I used to go to that laundrette. So I lived in this building. And when I say I lived, I don't mean I stayed. I mean, I genuinely lived in this building. I probably spent on and off, maybe the best part of 5 or 6 years living in this living in this building. The guy's just looking at me. I was just up in his room. Naughty, naughty, not like that. Looking at copy watches. Now he's probably thinking, he's vlogging. He's probably thinking that I was secretly recording him while I was looking at copy watches, but I wasn't. I was genuinely just looking at copy watches. So these are the blocks. I think it's 4 blocks you have. I used to stay in the first block, in A block. On the 16th floor, I used to live in a place called Travelers Hostel. And on and off for 5 years, that's a place I called home. One of the kind of cool little facts about this building, and one thing I always found quite interesting, was that I once heard that about 1/3 of all mobile phones or second-hand mobile phones that end up in Africa actually pass through these doors. So if you can imagine 1/3 of the second-hand, hi. So you can imagine a third. Hey, the food looks good.
Yes, very good. Nice food.
This looks amazing. What's the name of this place?
Karachi.
Okay, yeah, your food looks really nice.
Yes.
Okay. I'm staying here. I'll come and eat later, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. So, basically about a third of all second-hand mobile phones that end up in Africa pass through this building. There's a lot of Nigerians here as well doing business, so this is like the import-export hub for anything where you can kind of make a quick buck. That's what goes on here. One of my favorite facts about Chungking was I remember there was a book back in the, I don't know, maybe back in the 80s. And I always remember, and the book is a post-apocalyptic world. And basically there's been a third world war, the whole world has been destroyed. And there's a line in the book, I have no idea what book it was, it's just, I'm going from memory here. And there's a line in the book that all mankind has been destroyed, nothing is left. The world has been left in ruins. And the only things remaining on the planet Earth are cockroaches and Chungking Mansions. So yeah, and I can believe it, that if there was an apocalypse, I could really imagine that this place would still be standing. Again, the aromas of this building. Always, we talk so much about the aromas of the buildings or the streets in Hong Kong, but it's anyone who's been to Hong Kong, anyone who visits Hong Kong, you'll see it's an amalgamation of smells, good and bad smells, married into one unique smell. Let's go have a walk upstairs. Some mobile phone shops. Get your prepaid cards to phone your home country. This is basically an immigrant building, so it's Nepalese, Pakistani, Indian, Filipino, Indonesian, Nigerian are the main groups of people that you'll find here. And of course, backpackers, or even people just stopping over and wanting some cheap accommodation. If you've ever traveled in India, you kind of feel like you're in India when you're in this building, or Bangladesh or Pakistan. And again, the smell makes you believe as if you're really there. I did actually have a curry in here the night before last. Hi. Maybe later. Not right now. Give me your card, but right now? I've already eaten, but maybe tonight. The one I ate the other day was one of the ones I'd seen on YouTube. Other people had eaten there. I'll walk past it in a minute. And it got really good recommendations, and Indian food is a passion of mine, so I went to eat the other night there, and I can honestly say it was terrible, absolutely terrible. So, but here, this place looks nice. This is such a common name for an Indian restaurant, so I got so you have the bottom two floors, they're mainly predominantly Indian, and then as you go up, the rest of the building is just guest houses and hostels. Coming up, this is where we ate the other night. Or should I say, I ate the other night at this place here, Moti Palace. Hi. Not today, but maybe later. Thank you. This is Pan Puri.
Yes, pani puri.
Pani Puri. Very nice.
Take a look inside. It's really a nice restaurant.
Okay. But maybe later. Thank you. Yeah, that's the place I ate the other night, and it wasn't that fantastic. This looks way better. Hey. Oh, wow. Look at the meat hanging up. For the tandoori oven. And actually, when I ate in that Moti Palace, it was expensive. For one person was 300 Hong Kong dollars for one person. So, bing, in euros and United States dollars. And for one person, that's crazy, crazy. These places that you see, these little in the aisles, those are the best places to go and eat. They'll cost you a fraction of the price. They just you point to what you want, they put it in a styrofoam container, and from that styrofoam container, you go sit somewhere or take it upstairs to your room. But that's way, 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 way cheaper. I even remember buying a suit from here. Again, in the late 90s, I bought probably the first suit I'd ever owned. I needed a suit because I was working as an extra in a movie. And you always have to wear a suit, trousers and black shoes. So I remember buying one from downstairs, but it was a cheap suit. I think I paid, it'd be the equivalent of $30, 30 euros I paid for that suit. Official, downloaded from the internet pictures. You can tell every picture's got a different background. I'm sure they weren't taken here. Honestly, to eat though, styrofoam case, one of those places just down in the passageways, way, way, way better.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Hey, buddy. Hi. At least everyone's friendly. Tiny elevators, absolutely tiny elevators. Hot, cramped. One thing, what used to happen quite a lot, because you get a lot of illegal immigrants in this building, what would happen a lot is the police would come at night time and switch off the power to the building and then just raid the whole building. Go floor by floor raiding you, so you just get dragged out of bed. Hi, sorry, just cooking. So you get dragged out of bed at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because the place would get raided. I don't know if that still goes on or not, but wouldn't surprise me. 9/11. I mean, there's creativity there, isn't it? 9/11. This is the Karachi again. Big biryani cooking away there. Hi. Say welcome to the Philippines.
Welcome to Hong Kong.
You always get a big smile from the Filipinos, don't you? That's something that's never gonna change. Hi. No camera, okay. Okay. Okay, no camera there. Do have to be a little bit careful in here because you do have here Pakistani, Indian, Nepalese mafia here, gangs. So Hong Kong is not all triads, it's not all Chinese mafia. You do actually get the other mafia here. As I said, Pakistani, Indian, Nepalese, quite strong over here, that side of the mafia. So be respectful if they don't want to be filmed. That makes sense.
Yes.
Hey buddy, how are you? Alibaba Fruit, Chat and Juice Point. That's it, that's where Alibaba actually started. And then they opened another one called AliExpress. This was my building. So I used to live here, in this place here at the top, Travelers Hostel. That's where I called home for a long time. And even back then, 25 years ago, this stall was still here. And I used to come in the middle of the night, 2, 3 a.m., after doing God knows what, with God knows who. And I'd stumble in here and I would grab some instant noodles, some drinks, and then stagger up to my room, try and cook a pot noodle and spill everything on the floor and then pass out somewhere with a bottle of water or orange juice. But yeah, it's still there, still there, still the exact same place. Again, this is a place where you're going to come if you're looking for cheap accommodation. The accommodation it's not great, not going to lie, it's not great, but it is cheap. I would suggest possibly having depending on your situation, depending on how many. If you're on your own, it's great. If there's a couple of you or if you're a family, it's not ideal. And maybe you better get an Airbnb or just staying further up the road in Jordan. I was going to stay here. That was my plan, was to stay here this trip. But, a lot of these rooms have no windows, very, very small, but everything's small. So don't get me wrong. But it was a no window, small room. So I ended up staying further in this direction in a place called Jordan. This is still a building you're gonna visit. You're gonna need to change your money. If you want something cheap to eat, I hope you do go in this building. Get those smells so you know what I'm talking about. You could literally be in India in this building. Chungking Mansions for me has always had a special place in my heart, and somewhere I could even say I called for a long time my home. I mean, that was home. I still find myself to this very day saying, deep down at heart, I'm a Chungking Mansions boy. So that's Chungking Mansions. If you're in Hong Kong, if you're traveling on a short trip, if you're backpacking, that's probably a building you're going to end up in. Tsim Choi area of Kowloon. Like, share, subscribe, follow, and get an ice cream if you can. Rick meets World. This is Hong Kong, baby.